Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Audi at Wesley Chapel, and guess what? We have it. This is the majorly refreshed 2020 Audi A4 Allroad. But before we dive into this Allroad, let's talk a little bit about Audi and the A4. The A4 is that mid-size segment in their lineup. What's wonderful is that you can have it many different ways, including with this Allroad trim setup, where you will have that off-road wagon, rugged wagon look with all the great amenities on the inside. Now, Audi decided to take some of the bland styling from the A4 and change it up new for 2020. One thing is for certain, you're still going to have that wonderful quattro all-wheel drive system that they're famous for. Plus, the way that this drives, you're going to be able to feel a lot of that engineering that's taken place from all their racing wins, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which Audi has won multiple times over the years. So let's go ahead, dive into this 2020 Allroad and see exactly what's different. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice that it's wider. It has that more quattro, classic quattro wide look to it. They flared out the fenders, so fenders are changed, lots of sheet metal. The only thing that's basically the same is the roof. Fenders have that nice fender flare added to it, all new headlight housing. Now this one has the optional LED headlights. You're gonna get LED daytime running lamps and turn signals. Like the sleek look, and I also think that it was very smart to aesthetically go with the chrome to balance very well with the black. We drop down, this is your headlight washer. You push a button, that'll pop out, spritz off your headlight housing. You drop down a little bit more, and guess what? No fake vents. Air is gonna channel very nicely into this side air curtain. I think it was so smart to put this nice brushed aluminum trim down here. Really balances well with the rest of the black. As we come across the center section, there's that auto union, that iconic badging of Audi. Flat black with the vertical slots gives it such a nice, strong, powerful look. Around the perimeter, you have the chrome trim. I'm digging the flat silver in this center section. And one thing that I like that they did on the A4 Allroad that I wish they would have done on the A4 sedan, there's no fake vent here. If you look at the front of an A4 sedan, they have a fake vent. I like the way the hood just comes nicely to the top of the front fascia, but very, very wide, very low, and I think it really helps make this wagon look aggressive. Now we get up onto the hood, you have two nice, powerful lines that go towards the A-pillar. Really love that overall look. We come around the bend, what are we seeing? We're seeing some flat black because this is the Allroad. So you're gonna have this flat black trim, that fender flare trim, all new wheel and tire setup. So this is an 18-inch wheel, nice bright silver, real simple on the design, and I think it just works well with this particular wagon. You have the beautiful badging, your 4-piston calipers there, nice flat gray color, super, super clean, super classy. Going down the fender treatment, here's one of my favorite things on the A4s. Look at how they took the line of the hood and brought it into the body line of the door and then brought it back out. Really, really nice styling. And not only did they do it at the front, you'll notice in a second they did it out back. Now, color match mirror caps, turn signals built in, the flat silver all the way across that lower sill down there. I love the quattro badge. I think that really just gives it a nice balanced look. You have your brushed aluminum roof rails, that chrome trim, top and bottom, a little bit of chrome on the door handles, and then look at how they did the flared fender. Like they actually brought part of that flare onto the actual door itself to give it a nice finished look. Coming out back, you get a nice size quarter window, flat roof spoiler, extends nicely, a little bit of dip in the center, gives it some styling, and then out back you're gonna have your A4 badge, a little bit of chrome trim, your 4 rings, Allroad, quattro, keeping you planted. Let's do the test. Yes. They're functional. So we have 2 functional exhausts, and I love the way the trim of the exhaust fits so nicely. It integrates so nicely into that lower rear bumper area, and they brought some of that flat silver here, but really that classic Audi wagon look that has always had a sweet spot in my heart. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering this Allroad. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic struts underneath the hood, tasteful engine cover. Underneath the tasteful engine cover is going to be a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine, 248 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated through a 7-speed DCT transmission. That's that S-tronic transmission. 0 to 60, pretty quick. 0 to 60, 5.2 seconds. This is not rated for towing. The Allroad is not rated for towing. It does weigh 3,825 pounds. MPGs, 23 in the city, 31 in the highway. Another wonderful thing that you'll notice once we jump inside is now standard, you get a panoramic sunroof, which I can't wait to show off once we get into the interior, but very, very clean underneath the hood. All-wheel drive, keeping it planted. Let's get to that interior and see what changes there are for 2020. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 A4 Allroad. I know you're at that point where you're like, Joe, how much is this Allroad? It's cool to have a luxury off-road style wagon. MSRP, you're looking around $52,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, there's a lot of dark material, but the good news is you do have some wood trim. The bad news is it doesn't look that great. So I am gonna zonk the wood trim. I wish they would have went with a nice flat black wood design like they do in the sedan. A little bit of gloss black, but then I like the way they took the silver trim and brought it into the door handle. Everything else looks really tasteful. The back portion of the door panel, the stitch work, and you even have a nice sized pocket down there for some Bavarian cream donuts, and this has the optional B&O sound system. Nice soft touch material. There's that wood. It seems like my aunt's old 1976 Cadillac Eldorado, but you got a Quattro badge. This is all new. So all A4s are gonna have standard your 10.1-inch infotainment system screen. Obviously, it's that horizontal setup. Apple CarPlay is a $110 option. You could touch it and get into your vehicle settings really easy. We got our Audi Drive Select. We're gonna go into dynamic. That's where we're gonna stay to give us a little bit sportier of a drive feeling and sensation, but real easy to navigate through. We come down, there's more of that wood. Now on this one, you do have ventilated seats and heated seats, dual climate control. Look at this, it's once you just kind of touch it softly, it actually enlarges what you are looking at. You have some nice toggle switches, which you could also go through your drive select modes easily through those switches. You got a USB, a 12 volt, a little cubby for some German Jolly Ranchers. There's your start stop button, 2 cup holders, and then an open pocket here that you could fill up with M&Ms. They'll probably get melted, but hey, they melt in your cup, not in your mouth. Key fob. So here is your Audi. Let me get my fingers out of the way. There's your A4 Allroad key fob. Very simple, but very, very tasteful and very light. Now I am gonna zonk this area. I wish that they would have had a lid of some sort. This is gonna control that 7-speed DCT transmission. You can see the nice stitch work. The wood, if it was just a little darker, I'd be down with it, but I don't know, it looks like something you'd see from a seafood restaurant back in 1985. You got a little tiny pocket here for a couple breath mints in case you're gonna make out with somebody. You want your breath to smell good, at least for them. Maybe not for you, but for them. And then soft on the armrest, it does slide, which is nice. And of course it does open. You have a wireless charging, another USB, and a place for some pencils in case you wanna do some word searches or something. Don't do that while you're driving though. Put that down. Seats, love the material, the perforated, the stitching, the bolstering is nice. Full electric assist with the hammy extension, which is nice. Plus you have, like I said, ventilated and heated. And then for 2020, standard on all Allroads is the panoramic sunroof. Great size. I like the way they went with a lighter headliner, make it real bright in here. Plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room. Get on over behind the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel of the Audi A4 Allroad. All right, guys, here we are behind the wheel of the A4 Allroad. You do have 2 memory settings, which is nice in case you're gonna let somebody share your Allroad with you. I do like the Allroad specific sill badge. That's another nice touch. All electric assist, steering wheel. Now, even though this isn't an S model, an RS model, steering wheel is really, really great. Great thickness, nice leather. Doesn't need to be flat bottom. It is heated. You do have paddles to go up and down the 7-speed DCT, but they are plastic and they're very, very small. So I am gonna zonk that. But the dash, you get that 12.3-inch virtual cockpit, real nice clear graphics, simple to see, simple to read, simple to navigate through. Look at that, you could scroll through a plethora of information there. The driver's assistance aids, of course. We could scroll back, look at that. I like that. Super clean. We push the view button again and then bam, there's our gauges. So Audi does a great job with their gauge pod setup, and that I'm sure comes from all that great racing of cars. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see how usable this Allroad is. All right, guys, we're in the back seat of the Allroad. I tell you, very, very spacious. Even with the panoramic sunroof, I actually feel like there's more room back here than in the A4 sedan, which would make sense, but definitely in the headroom department. Backs of the seats are very clean. The cargo nets, that doesn't do anything for me, so I am still gonna zonk those. You do have heated seats and your rear AC with the controls, a 12 volt and 2 USBs. Plenty of knee room. The seats are comfortable. I could pull the armrest down. It's a little harder, but there's a good reason. You lift this up, here's where you could put your iPhone collection. So if you have your gold iPhone collection, you can put it back here and don't have to worry about it getting scratched. You have your 2 cup holders right there, boom, boom. It better be a smaller cup. And then one thing I want to show you is that you do have the nice sunshades that are easy to put up, especially if you have little kids or whatnot. And then if you want to take it down, easy peasy. But why don't we check out the cargo area and see how much room you have in the Allroad. All right, guys, cargo time. Push the button. Nice electric assist on that raise. And then you can see the amount of room that we have. I'll lift up the security shade. Of course, the seats are going to do the 60-40 split, which is really wonderful. And I just love the way the rear is organized. You have LED lighting. You have your handles here to pull to fold down the seats, which is real nice. You have your places for emergency Twinkies and a 12 volt, so you could go camping, you could go tailgating. And then I'll even pull up the cargo area back here just to show you what's underneath. You do have a spare, which is great as well. So that's a wonderful thing. I like the nice aluminum trim here. I'll put that down. You push that button, down she goes. Great speed. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this A4 Allroad for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the Audi A4 Allroad. Really, really digging the changes to the exterior. On the inside, a lot of the same great things you love about Audi. The one thing I'm personally not loving, and obviously to each their own, is the wood grain. It's just, it's a little, it's in between either being too light or being too dark. It's just not the right stain. I want to go to Home Depot and pick up a different stain and stain it a little bit darker. But the good news is that this A4 Allroad rides so smooth. The seats are so perfect. They really are. They fit exactly your backside where all the right spots are to give you an enjoyable drive so that you're not in pain while you're going down the road. Visibility is wonderful. Looking out the rear glass is great. And what I love about it too is that compared to like an SUV, it doesn't feel large, it doesn't look large, but yet you have a lot of room on the inside. So that's the good news. I think the infotainment system is going to be hit or miss. Some people are going to love it, others are going to not like it. It still feels a little tacked on to me, and I just wish they would have everything through the virtual cockpit and just clean up the whole dash, to be honest with you. But I know passengers want something to look at and whatnot, but we do have it in dynamic mode. I'm going to leave it in just automatic shift and let that DCT do its business through the 7-speed. And of course, we have the Quattro all-wheel drive system to keep us planted. I have it in dynamic mode, which is the sportiest setting out of the bunch, and we'll see how she handles through some of these roundabouts. All right, guys, acceleration from a dead stop on throttle. Really put you back in the seat, that all-wheel drive, keeping you planted. Really nice through this first roundabout. Great steering input. And I'm telling you, you get back on throttle and she's ready to boogie. She wants to dance. This wagon wants to dance with you. Look at this. Going to this next roundabout here, hitting your marks. Really nice. That all-wheel drive doing his thing, keeping you planted. You stay in it. Just stay in it. But I like how balanced the chassis is, and obviously that's from all those years of racing and rallying and all the other development that Audi has done. They've done some great work, and it shows in all their vehicles. It doesn't have to be just an R8. The dash is so clear to read, the virtual cockpit. Steering has great feel. You know, the paddles, they're plastic, they're small. I wish they would do something with that, but everywhere else, it feels really great in here. It really, really feels awesome. And having a panoramic sunroof standard across the board, I like that as well, especially for the passengers back there that want a little bit of sunshine in their lives. But as we make a U-turn back on throttle, I'll tell you, that little four-banger with the turbo getting the business done. Decent sound coming from the engine. On the brakes, brakes feel great. Look at this, this is wonderful. I love these roundabouts, I don't know about you. Look at this, yeah! I'm in a wagon, cutting through some corners. But I tell you, it's got a great amount of power. On the brakes, look at this. With the Quattro system, it really sends the power exactly where it needs to be. It's super quiet in the cabin as well. That's one thing I've noticed on all the A4 models that we've been in, is that it's very, very quiet on the interior. And I even like the style of the mirrors, the side mirrors, the mirror cap style looks really sleek. It's got great form to it, and it has the blind spot monitoring built into the actual mirror housing, which I always like. But other than that, I think they did a great job with bringing this A4 Allroad up to a higher level, and to keep it in the lineup to give people that versatility. Instead of going an SUV, instead of going a sedan, go the wagon route, especially this one. This thing is a blast. But we're gonna go ahead, get back to Audi of Wesley Chapel and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another wonderful day here at Audi of Wesley Chapel. Definitely got to thank Chris, Adam, Mike, the rest of the crew getting us this Allroad. It's a very unique vehicle. At least here in the United States, you're not going to find many wagons, especially ones that have all-wheel drive like this. Is this something that, hey, instead of going the SUV route, go the wagon route? I say yes. I say do it. You got tons of room inside. Plus, you just don't see these as often as you should out there on the road. And you're going to get all the great things that make Audi enjoyable to drive. But if it's wagons like these that you want to see on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Ladies Rise merch. Got to get out to Big Guns McGee, Tom Motioner working that camera, out here in the Florida sun, sweating his you-know-what off. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.